It's quite toasty here in my house, in my apartment in San Diego, California, but it's okay. So today, how's it going? Hello, how are you? Elmakias here, and today we're going to talk about well, it's exciting. It's really exciting. We have this magazine. It's called A Music Photographer Magazine. This is issue number 1. I've made magazines before in the past. They were just my photography. So this one's a bit different. It's a lot of people's photography. 48 music photographers to be exact. And then in addition, there are 10 band members in there that shoot photography as well. They're not necessarily music photographers, but they're musicians and they're photographers, so it's kind of related, and I thought it was kind of special to publish these people's images that otherwise usually are not. That being said, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the magazine. I'm very excited about it. This one, the idea is to create some community. You know, we do have a great music photographer community. It's constantly growing. I know I've been around for a little bit longer than most, and some have been around a lot longer than me. And I wanted to include people that are, you know, been doing this for 20 years, people that have been doing this for 2 years, and some who are just starting out. So 25 of the photographers in here, well 24, about half were people that I kind of hand-selected that I knew. I just reached out to my friends, people I felt comfortable asking. And then the other 25 were an Instagram contest. So people submitted their work. I just looked at their work and had my friends help me out, and we picked it based on who we thought would be good photographs. We tried to get a range, a selection of work, and that's all it was about. It's just about the photos, about the community. That's what it looks like. I kind of want to keep the photos a surprise and let the people who are in them show you them first. So I'm not going to actually show you anything other than my own. And mine is actually the cover. I did try to get somebody else on the cover, but we couldn't get it approved by management. It's very difficult to do something like this. It involves everybody working together. So let's see here. I'll just show you my page, and you can kind of see the layout of the magazine by that. If you're familiar with my magazine, you'll know this a little bit, but it's photo over here, caption over here, handwritten by the photographer, all the camera info at the bottom, and then the title of the photo here, and a little bit about the photographer. So everybody has that in there. But basically, people from all over the world are in here, all ages, huge range, lots of really amazing stories. Take the time to read this. The magazine is great as a gift. Anybody who likes music, anybody who likes photography, anybody who likes stories, yeah, and it's all done by us. I put it all together, printed it, I did all that, but everybody else had to fill out all their info and give me all the components, so it's a lot of work on everybody's part. Like I said, is we have people who have never printed before, some people who have, and the idea behind that is when I was a kid, I should actually go get this magazine. I'll get it and show you. When I was a kid, I'm not a kid, but when I was like 16, I was in high school, and I had my first photo printed in Alternative Press magazine. And what happened was, I shot this band called Envy on the Coast. I took them around in Madison, Wisconsin, where I live, and we walked around downtown, we got some smoothies, and we took some pictures. And we took some pictures in front of this thing called the Red Gym, and we took some pictures on the college down there. And we took some pictures in front of the Red Gym, on the college down there, and I didn't know what the photos were going to be used for, but I gave them to a label, and they told me they ran an ad in Alternative Press magazine with them, and I freaked out. I was like, no way. That's the magazine I get every week. All the photographers I look up to are in it. So for the next 2 weeks, I ran to the local Borders bookstore every day after school. I lived about 2 blocks from it, and I was like, hey, did you guys get this magazine? They're no. Hey, did you guys get this magazine? No. And I think I gotta find it. I'll go dig it up right now. But until this is probably one of the most excited times ever in my life, and the goal for this magazine was to give other people that feeling. So we've got people who have never been printed before published in here, and even the people who have been printed get to print a photo that is special to them. And when people get to do that, you get excited, because usually we're printing photos that are special to the artist we shoot, which sometimes we like, sometimes we don't, and we're telling their story. But this is different because we're printing our photos and telling our story about what it took to take the photo, and what went on before or after it, and how come it was hard to capture, easy to capture, what training led you to this point in your life. And I think these moments are really special, and I like to talk about them a little bit more, so I hope that you enjoyed this magazine. I love it, I'm happy to have it, and I can't wait to see what you guys all think. amusicphotographymagazine.com, and yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Have a good one, and take care. Bye-bye. I looked around for the magazine, and I'm kind of bummed because I don't have it, but I do make an effort to not keep as much stuff around that just sits there and I don't use. So this is something that I got rid of. But I do have my first like Warped Tour covers, which I thought was pretty cool. So these are my covers that I shot for Alternative Press for Warped Tour. They're composites, so every photo was shot in a different spot. And I was pretty happy with how they came out. And this is back in 2011, so 7 years ago now, which is kind of crazy. It's a good feeling, getting your first cover and getting your first image in a magazine. So we're going to create that for more people, and you can be one of them. So yeah, alright, later.